been nice to answer questions about how good we're going to be this year instead of how bad we're going to be this year. We've come a long way since '08. I think everyone knows that. We've got to go out and prove it on the field. It's not going to be easy by any means, but I think we have a chance to be one of the best defenses in the conference, and hopefully be the strength of this team.
In some of these scrimmages,
say that again. Coach Robinson, he's been very steady. He's always been a high energy guy. He's always been a very aggressive coach as far as the way he coaches us, but also the way he calls the games. I think we respond to that, and we kind of take that identity of our D coordinator.
In the scrimmages, there are guys out there on defense that can hit people, and I guess you guys get a little bit of it on running plays, but the main thing you're doing is going after quarterbacks, and you can't hit them. So how do you judge the progress when you can't do something that you're supposed to do in games?
Well, it's always tough as defensive linemen not to be able to hit quarterbacks, because like you said, that's what we do. But the fun part is on game days, you just get to cut it loose and anything goes. In situations where in practice you'd be pulling up and trying to get out of the quarterback's way, you just get to unload on it. And that's one of the fun parts about what's going to happen in 10 days and hopefully for the rest of the year.
There's some frustration there?
Yeah, absolutely. We work up a lot of frustration because that's kind of the goal of rushing the quarterback is to hit him. And we never used to do that for the better part of a month and or over a month. And, I think once we start playing games and get loosened up like that, it's going to be a lot of fun.
When you have gotten pressure on the quarterback, how do you feel like they've handled it?
I think they're getting better. I think our offensive line has made strides over fall camp. I still think there's a long way to go. I think we've got some work to do in these next 10 days and the next 3 or 4 weeks. But I like the way they're handling it. I think Tyler and other quarterbacks have done an excellent job handling our blitzes. I think that they have a very good grasp of where their hot reads are. Tyler's had a very quick release, and that's something you see even as defensive end, and that's something we always have to be mindful of.
Has it been difficult switching from like a down stance to kind of standing up and trying to get pressure on the quarterback in that way?
Not really. Not as much as I thought it might be. We worked a lot of that in the summer during our voluntary workouts, and it really translated well to the fall camp. And I kind of like it because it's just a change-up. It just kind of keeps me on my toes and keeps Tank on his toes and Chris and all those guys. And I think it's going to kind of bring a new element to us this year.
Can you speak on that? Just what he's done.
Yeah, Horace has done an excellent job for us. He's been that guy who has really kind of stepped into that role as the fourth defensive end we've been looking for. I think Trey Flowers and Tyler Gilbert are still in that mix, but Horace has done an excellent job. Coming in here as a true freshman, he's gained 30 pounds already. He plays the game full speed and uses his hands in a way that it usually takes, or it took me about a year or 2 years to figure out. And that's very exciting for the future.
What do you guys get out of a mock game on Friday? What approach do you take?
The way I look at it is that I treat it like a game day. Obviously, it's good to kind of get in that game day routine. We do things kind of differently as far as our warm-ups. Our pregame rituals, just so that first game on September 3rd, it feels like our second game. And so, that's kind of everyone's mindset, that's the coach's mindset, and that's what we try to get out of it.
I know it may not benefit you guys during the scrimmages, but it looks like Tyler's really putting up great numbers.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that from him? And just kind of what's been your take?
Well, yeah, Tyler always lets me know what his numbers are after the scrimmage. I always tell him that I would have drilled him about 10 times, and those wouldn't have been completions. But he's been doing a great job. Tyler's got an unbelievably quick release, and he's got a quick mind. He understands our coverages and our blitzes very well, and I think that's going to translate to other teams, even more successfully.
What do you think the depth of defense is right now?
The depth is pretty solid. We've had some freshmen who are definitely going to come in here and help us in that second unit for sure. But I like our first unit especially. We've got guys who we can roll. I think we're 8 or 9 deep on the D line at least. Alonzo Highsmith's come in there at linebacker and provided us with a guy who's going to start. From top to bottom, I like it.
What's it been like practicing and scrimmaging in front of an empty stadium?
It's not very fun. We feed off the energy of our fans. We always say we have the best fans in the SEC, and we feed off their energy. So we can't wait for September 3rd for them to pack it out.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys.